welcome to the Brazilian Grand Prix. This is round 21 out of 24. This incredible journey is almost at its conclusion then, but we do not know who was going to be crowned the world champion, and we have got 4 races of, well, we got 5 technically, because we got intense and fast competition coming up as my laptop's dying, but let's hope that it carries on for just another hour or so. Welcome to the Brazilian Grand Prix, everyone. We're on slightly earlier tonight due to, of course, the Miami Grand Prix, which is coming up at 8:30 then, so hopefully we should be done with proceedings. What the format of tonight is that it will be one-shot qualifying, so very old school. If you used to watch F1 like me back in the 1950s, not that far anyway, between 2003 and 2005, I think they had one-shot qualifying, so we got something very similar going on tonight then. So one-shot qualifying, you've got 1 lap then to get that pole position then, and then it is on to the sprint race, which I think is 12 laps around here if I'm not very much mistaken. Then of course it is the main event, the Grand Prix itself, and it's our final sprint race of the season. We'll talk about the form of the other 2 sprint races in just a jiffy then. So it is no pit stops for the sprint race, no mandatory pit stops. You can make a pit stop if you like, but it's just flat out racing before we get into the 36-lap Grand Prix of Brazil. In the drivers and the constructors standings, well, I'll talk about the constructors first then. If AlphaTauri gets a 1-2 and McLaren scores 7th or lower, then the AlphaTauri will be the constructors world champions of gold for the first time in their history. And that is absolutely fantastic, isn't it indeed then? So yes, that is AlphaTauri could potentially be the first constructors champions of the season then. The first champion is still immortal then, remember when he won the 100% a few weeks ago. And in the driver's standings then, the driver's standings cannot, the driver's championship cannot be won today, even though Troy has a 12-point lead in the championship from Boxtel in second. Percy in third position, but I don't think Percy's racing for the remainder of the season due to his throttle has been damaged, unfortunately. So the Aston Martin driver is going to still get third position, which is the best of his career. It's ended on a bit of a disappointing note, though, hasn't it, unfortunately. Fourth position is German, then, who is 136 points away from Percy. Chaza in fifth position. Vesey is in sixth. Mr. Rage is seventh. Listen to this. So Mr. Rage, 65 points, 63 for Green, 60 points for Alhan, 57 for Gamer, 55 for Markey. All those drivers 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and all fighting to be 7th, hopefully in the championship. Nigel, who has become a full-time driver for the remainder of the season, of course, the silver champion, the silver championship leader could potentially be the champion of the champion of silver tomorrow as well, I believe, but things really have to go his way between himself and Equals, of course, but I think that also, unfortunately, I think Fanjo is now officially out of the running in the championship because of because of his issues last week, unfortunately. We've got CJ in the 13th position. Coop as in Soup, brilliant drive last week, his best performance of his career thus far in ALR, so he's now 14th. Pink Eye has been promoted to the Ferrari team. He has already got a podium in his very short career. He is in the Ferrari in 15th position, and Knowlesy is in 16th position. Pillars in 17th position, and he was meant to be taking a full-time drive, but is not racing tonight, I don't think. Sweet in 18th position, and 19th is Indigo, and KD in 20th and last position. Constructors Championship has already spoken about the top 2. Aston Martin, of course, it's just about keeping themselves in it, but they will be ruled out if they don't get a major points. I think both drivers have to be on the podium, I think, to keep themselves in the constructors. Haas are in 4th position, and Ferrari 2 points away from the Haas in 5th. Alpine are in 6th position, a turbulent season for Alpine, I must be said. Alfa Romeo in 7th position, Red Bull are in 8th, 9th is Mercedes, and Williams in 10th position. And Williams have got 2 drivers that will be getting a lot of points for them now, and hopefully they'll move themselves off the bottom of the constructors. Remember, they finished 2nd in the championship last season, so that is very disappointing indeed. And in the joint constructors, AlphaTauri leads the way, 401 points, and they cannot win the constructors, joint constructors today. They might be able to win it in bronze if it goes their way. Blimey, I got my TV really loud then. And now then, as we're on board with, we're going to be on board with Coop then as well. So this is single shot qualifying, this is. So you got one and done then, and this is Coop then. So everyone on the soft compound tyres as we go through turn 3 as well then for Coop. Green is currently on pole position with Boxtel for some reason is in the Red Bull. He will be scoring for McLaren tonight. Troy and Boxtel are already fighting for position there. Chaz up into a brilliant full position there as we go up in to turn 7 as well. Hamilton had a crash around here in 2017, didn't he? Before we go in to, I think it's the horseshoe, isn't it? I'm not too sure of that. At the moment, both Mercedes are right down the order now as Chaz has had an issue. Boxtel leads the way then with Troy in second position, the Motor in the Alpine currently in third moment. Both Ferraris are swapping positions in fourth and fifth position there. Into Magulio the dive now with Coop. Then we're on board with Coop currently in 10th position. A very solid lap here from Coop as he is on he's on a high, isn't he, after his performance last time out in the Mexican Grand Prix. Of course, this is not the highest altitude track on the calendar these days, but it used to be, didn't it, before Mexico returned to the calendar. Coop over the line as well. It is boxed on pole position there by 300ths of a second. Goodness gracious me. Rage and Sweet to be starting on row 9 of the grid then. Unfortunately, they did not set a time. Brilliant performance from the Alpines as well. Third and fourth and sharing the second row of the grid. Magnificent stuff indeed then, and I think that is a single shot qualifying brutal, isn't it? But it's Boxtel pole position then for I think that this is the his ninth fall of the season. It is indeed then for himself and the McLaren team, albeit he's in the Red Bull for some reason. But never mind. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. But Boxtel on pole position then for the ninth time this season. And I think in terms of his stats, that is his 11th pole position of his career in ALR Formula 1. Fantastic. Stuff indeed. He's a very good qualifier, isn't he? Boxtel is. And that is McLaren / Red Bull 7th pole position as well this season. Then, oh goodness me, I've lost the comments, haven't I? Right then, so that is the grid then to set us up. Then we'll go through the grid in a bit more in depth in just a jiffy. Then Farf, hello Farf, good evening to you, good sir. Of course, Farf, I think is not here tonight. He is, I think, stagging it up, isn't he? I can't remember where he's gone now. Maybe he's stayed in Ipswich. This is going to get tasty, baby. Lucas Purchase saying, why did I ruin it by typing this? We've also got hashtag ALR Live Equals saying then up the Aston early race start. Equals saying yes it is because of course F1 is starting at 8:30 tonight then, which is very rude of them, isn't it? Stealing our spot. Good luck me and gold is what Knowlesy is saying. German, and I hope this race setup pays off. And Koopas and Soup in amongst it and wet sprint main it says. Wet sprint and main it says. And oh dear. Currently it is dry for the sprint, but unless it's going to rain halfway through, remember there is no mandatory pit stops. However, as we got a formation lap. However, of course, you are allowed to come into the pits if you so wish. Everyone on the medium compound tyres on the sprint 12 laps, and this one is said. So so we are expecting the session to end about 8:15, which I hope gives us 15 minutes and to watch Martin Brundle's grid walk as well. Boxtel pole position then for the sprint race. Remember that this sprint race still follows the old rules and not the new rules of the new sprint. So then this sprint race will set up the grid for the actual Grand Prix itself, coming up just after this one. So Boxtel on pole position then for the 9th time this season. Alongside him is Troy, and that's an Alpine in the wall. That's not a good start. Barry Keller went out there as well in 2003, maybe one as well actually. Motor in third position and doing really well for the Alpine team. Indigo in fourth position. Pink Eye, remember his debut last week was superb, and he's now 5th in the Ferrari. Nigel in 6th position for the Williams team for the remainder of the season. Nigel is and really getting his eye in this, of course. 85th Grand Prix start tonight for Nigel. Gamer in 7th position with German at the season 6 champion in 8th. And Koopas and Soup, though, we followed him around his one-shot qualified. Thank you very much for that, Coop. He is currently 9th and on a high, isn't he, after that incredible performance last time out in Mexico. Siege in 10th position. Knowlesy in 11th. Markey in 12th. Alhan 13th. Green is a ghost in 14th. He left the session, unfortunately, for Green. And we've got Wesley in at 15th position. Chazza in 16th. Mr. Rage and Sweet did not set times, so they're 17th and 18th at the moment. There were potentially, we could have a rain-affected Grand Prix as well. And also a huge thank you. We're on 500 subscribers, which is 4 races early than what we wanted to be. But hey, better, I'd rather be early than never. Fantastic stuff indeed there. Thank you to everyone that is subscribed and really appreciate that. Fantastic. Right, no Red Bulls in the grid at all, even though Boxstar is technically, of course, a Red Bull driver, but well, he isn't tonight though, is he? And when are we going to go out then? When are we going racing? And here we go in Brazil. It's the sprint. It's lights out, and here we go then. And remember that the sprint then is a short, sharp race then to determine the grid. And Boxtel leads. Remember the gap between the championship rivals is 12 points then, and there's contact between Troy and Immortal, who had a nightmare formation lap. It's all of a sudden having a nightmare start to the sprint as well. He has dropped right down to the back of the field. That's a rubbish camera. It sounds any better. Troy's on the outside here. Troy's on the outside. Immortal has retired from the session then, and he is out before we've even got going in the sprint. He's going to be 18th on the grid then. Later on, look at the background as well. There's 3 abreast then coming out of turn 5, and Troy is currently second at the moment now. Nigel up into a superb third position. Fantastic stuff there for Nigel. From 3 positions there with Pink Kai up as well. And what is it said? Alhan then is up in 2-10 position, but Nosey having a look on the inside. That's going to get very tight there. Mr. Rage up 5 positions as well. Same with Marky. Brilliant starts for those 2 drivers. Gamers and the Paul and start. He's down the order. Green not in the race, and so we've lost 2 cars already in this Grand Prix then, as we come out of Maguli on the dive. And look at that. Who's off? And that's an Aston Martin, and he has gone right into the back of someone. I don't know if that was a Mercedes or not, but that's 3 retirements on the opening lap here. And I think it's a VSC at the moment. It is a VSC, and what an incredible opening lap it was here in Brazil, the sprint. My goodness gracious me. Indigo down 6 positions there. Immortal out of the race already. Gamer also out of the race as well. Good heavens above, man. And well, that was quite a start here in the sprint. Goodness gracious me! Wow, indeed. Then we've had we've had 2 different winners in the sprint so far. We've had Kashi won the Austrian sprint back in round 10 or 11, I think it was, and then Percy won the other sprint. None of those drivers are here racing here tonight, so we're guaranteed then a new sprint winner here tonight. Then, so good stuff. But it would have been remembered that there are points in the sprint as well. 8 points for first, 1 point for 8 then as well. So these sprints are just important if you want to increase your points tally. Then just watching then, as we still got VSC at the moment. When are we going green again then here in Brazil? Equals damn. It was damn. And now we're green again here in Brazil. Then we're back racing. Both Ferraris are 4th and 5th. Now that is going to help them no end against the Haas team then, who have been superb this season. The Haas as a team, they've been magnificent. So when we were expecting rain in the sprint, that's what we heard. Love the helmet design from Troy. That's a beautiful Brazilian inspired Brazilian tribute crash helmet there. If that is the case there for Troy, I love it. Fantastic indeed. That hopefully that helps him out as well. Of course, so Boxstar is not going to be concerned about Troy's helmet. He's going to be concerned about his position, him keeping his position as well. DRS has been available at the end of the second lap as standard, but next season it will be after the end of 1 lap, whether that's a safety car or the race start as well. On board once again with Troy here. And of course also as well the sprint race format is changing quite dramatically next season as well. Of course we had it in Azerbaijan in the real order Formula 1 about a week ago, didn't we? So here comes car 17 now then of Troy then, who is all over the back of a box at the moment. Then Nigel in a superb 3rd position then. Pink Eye is 4th at the moment. 5th is German Siege up to a superb 6th position at the moment. Markey doing a great job as well. He's in that very much in the heart of the battle for 7th in the World Championship as well. On board now with Troy then. So the box style leads then. Troy is 2nd. And Troy took a superlative win last time out, didn't he, in Mexico? And look at this, and now he's got DRS and Boxer. He's got the fed, but it goes on the inside there. Does a Odom switcheroo there. Does a bit of a dummy on the inside, takes the position, and away he goes there. And through he goes then. And we're talking, gamers just commented about the Alpines at the start then. As yes, it was a very messy start indeed. Cooper's having issues as well. Boxstar is down into 2nd position. Now the 2 championship protagonists once once again. So close in this one. Cooper's got going, but he's down in 15th position, unfortunately, here. Look at the top 5, but just like in Mexico, once again, it is very close, isn't it, between the top runners of ALR Gold. Magnificent stuff indeed. Boxstyle, though, is still very close to the back moment. Pink Eye is starting to put the squeeze over the first ever ALR World Champion. Of course, we've got 2 champions in the field here in the field tonight, and we, of course, German, the season 6 champ, whilst Nigel, the first ever champion as well. Of course, our other 3 champions no longer racing ALR, unfortunately, as we power out of Jung Sao as well, and coming up there as well. So Troy then took over the lead last time out, and Gamer said, what were those Alpines doing at the start? As yes, Immortal Immortal out of the race then, and I think that Gamer must have got caught up, and then unfortunately had issues there right at the back of the field as well, didn't he? And I'm not sure, I thought he crashed into the back of one of the Mercedes, to be honest, but unfortunately the Alpines caused Gamer a lot of issues there before he even completed before he even got through the first couple of turns here, just as we're coming down the hill. Then ends up Pink Eye's having a sniff there on the inside of Nigel here. German dropping back ever so slightly, he's 8/10 of a second back at the moment. Mr. Rage is also having a look down the inside. Knowlesley 10th position at the moment. Remember that this will set up the grid for the race itself, and as we're on lap 5 of this one already. Then as my laptop is really struggling, and that's not good. Yeah, oh dear. Right then, as Sweet has now got a 3-second penalty. That's going to knock him right down to the back of the field, unfortunately. Unfortunate for Sweet. They're just on board now with Sweet, then, so he's going to be disappointed that then. We heard that we was expecting rain, but it doesn't look like it now. It's we got a beautiful bit of sunshine now, haven't we? And look, Boxstyle once again within the DRS there, and now what is Troy going to do then? Troy then, and is he going to do the same overtake there? He's trying to. He's going up the inside there. Troy just about there. Just giving him a squeeze there. He gave him just a McLaren's cars with, albeit it's a Red Bull one. A bit of a swapperoo then. Who's got DRS? I think it's going to be Boxstyle. It is Boxstyle, and now the DRS there is going to push him in front of Troy and takes the lead of the Brazilian sprint race here. Wow, magnificent. Look, this is just having Nigel, Pink Eye and German then really home up to the back, as Boxstyle got the pace though to get away from Troy. He did in the opening stage of the sprint race. We're halfway through the sprint already in this one. It's a hotly contested sprint race here in Brazil. Then our final sprint race of the season, of course, and tonight we're going to have a more traditional format going into, I think we're in Portugal next week, aren't we, before we go to China, and then finishing off in Abu Dhabi. So we've got less than a month to go in this elongated season in ALR Gold. Goodness me, this is I think the longest season ever in ALR with and Siege off the circuit, and he's back on, but he's down in length for this now. Make that 12th as Vesey is through. Vesey's having is a bit strong with pace at the moment then, after he had a very good Mexican Grand Prix as well, if I remember. Look on that on the inside there, and that's a great shot then. Is Nigel really having to defend now from Pink Eye. Pink Eye is all over the back of him. Here he comes, and he's now alongside that. He will have DRS, but so would Nigel as well, so it's a stalemate then. Look at the front there. Is Troy having a look at Boxstyle again then. He tries to go on the outside, but Nigel's having none of it. He's going to go for the switcheroo though. On the inside, just about a car's with here. Pink Eye on board with Pink Eye now. Oh, he's going on the outside, then Nigel's on the inside. Nigel's hit the curb, I think, there, and lost momentum, and German having to take a base of action. It's the 2 champions of ALR almost come together, and oh goodness gracious me, Nigel, who unfortunately got on the curb base, lost 3rd position and almost lost 4th as well from German, but now they have that battle's detached themselves from the 2 leaders, and which means that they are not going to have DRS anymore, and that is going to be a major problem here, isn't it? And we've got the gap at the front. It's 5/10 of second run between Troy and Boxstyle. Remember, no one in the field has won a sprint race yet in their career of Formula 1. And now as he goes up the outside, that Nigel couldn't defend now. German up into 2nd position, and through to the centre S as well. Lovely stuff indeed. What that Alpine of Indigo now trying to have a good recovery drive here. But Markey is now the centre of attention here for Indigo, Alhan, Mr. Rage, Knowlesy, and Vesey, who's now caught to the back of this crocodile of cars. Gap at the front and 3/10 of a second well, and then I've been here watching that laptop whilst must bend a division. Also, sorry, serious much. I can't see that at all. Hang on. How do I get this? How do I get these emojis out of the way? 1 second. The thing YouTube with instigate like these emojis on the side, and I can't get this bar out of the way. Every time I press the downward arrow, it doesn't do anything. But anyway, welcome to the stream, serious much, and I hope you're having a lovely day. Nigel's been practicing defence for tomorrow. Equals is saying, and of course, Equals and Nigel are still championship rivals in silver, aren't they? However, then Nigel does have the potential to win it tomorrow. Remember that tonight, potentially the AlphaTauri had a chance to win it tonight as well, but Vesey is far too quite the way down the order, and both McLarens are scoring quite nice indeed. Buckstyle is in the McLaren and not the Red Bull, even though he is in the Red Bull for some reason, but he still scores points for the McLaren team. On board with Al Hanu's just gone slightly back at the moment, as we're on lap 9 out of 12 here then. So we was expecting rain. We heard that it was going to be raining in the sprint and the race itself, but at the moment it's a beautiful day out here in Brazil, isn't it? Here in Interlagos, of course, a classic track, isn't it, on the Formula 1 calendar. Mr. Rage having a sniff at it. He's trying to make his way up into 9th position as well. Unfortunately, his teammate had a great qualifying, but the race is he's gone backwards in the race so far, hasn't he, at the moment? There are the position changes. Indigo down into 7th position now. The second Alpine of Mortal out of the sprint race, along with Gamer and Sam Green as well. Green left the session, and I don't think he's returned to the session, has he? So we have now only got 15 cars left then in the sprint net. We had a virtual safety car. And a quick tap of his defence has got in. Serious Russian saying, not that I condone that, of course, but I must say, do I condone that? Well, I suppose I probably wouldn't do it myself, really. And Olsey, who's lost position, and to Vesey's on the outside. Remember, it's the top 8 to score points, not the top 10, but this is going to help them wherever they start. If they get further up here tonight, then they will get, it's an easier start for them in the Grand Prix later on. And in the background there is Sweet, who has been cut off from the back of the field here, as it's getting very cozy as Coop is having a good old scrap at the moment now with Green there, but Knowles has got a 3-second penalty. That's going to knock him right down the order, Knowlesy, unfortunately for Knowlesy, and he's going to be very disappointed with that in the Williams car. His teammate Nigel up in the 5th position as Chaz through up into 11th position. Knowlesy has he fried his tyres already, do you think? Then it's a 12-lap sprint race. There is no mandatory pit stops, of course, there, as Boxall's got half a second now over Troy and himself. In the back at the front then, it is still getting him cozy. Here comes Troy again, and Troy, I think he's too far back. He is too far back, I think, then, to make a realistic challenge there. However, Boxtel, though, defending superbly well, as Pinkott is kind of in no man's land now in a third position there. And here he comes again, and I think that this overtake there may be a bit too far back. Alhan and Mr. Rage, and this is for the final point then here in the sprint race, and Mr. H has got the job done. Nigel's back. Is he through? No, Gurman's through. Gurman's up in 4th position now. Nigel in 5th, and I think was that where they started? I can't remember, to be honest. And it's we've got an incredible battle here. Look at Vesey. I was saying that I'm wondering though if Vesey who might start to come through the field ever so slightly, and I think the race trim for Vesey itself might be a bit more happier for him then. Just on board now with Vesey in 10th position as into Mugulio the dive, and before we go into Yung Sao or Yung Kao, if we've been calling it for so many years. Mainly I blame Murray Walker on that one, because I'm sure you used to call it Yung Kao as well. Of course, you can never disagree with Murray Walker, can you? Chaz up in 5th position as well. So then I think the biggest loser in this race has definitely been the Alpine team, as they started 3rd and 4th and on the 2nd row of the grid. As on board now of Indigo, there's both Alpine starting on the 2nd row of the grid, 3rd and 4th, but unfortunately one's out of the race and the other one of Indigo down in 7th position. Make that 6th as he uses there's contact there between Indigo and Markey, and goodness me, Indigo's retired from the session now. Frustration there for Indigo, and oh goodness me, Mr. Rage all over the back now with Markey as well, but Indigo is our 4th retirement in this Brazilian sprint here. Oh goodness gracious me! Wonder if Geordie's engineer is watching Troy. Serious mushing there with a winky eye as well. Oh goodness me! Who's Boxtel's engineer? That'll be interesting there. Or is Serious Mush not going to spill the beans there. There's a yellow flag in front of us. What is going on in front of us? I don't know why, but I don't know why there is a yellow flag in front of us, to be honest, because Pink Eye, that's the end of the sprint race. Boxtel wins the sprint race, whilst Pink Eye has run out of fuel. I apologise profusely. I was so intrigued in that battle in a battle for sixth position. I forgot it was the final lap. Boxtel, that's his first ever sprint race win of his career, and the championship battle is down to 11 points now between Boxtel and Troy. But goodness gracious me. Well, that was an incredible sprint race. It really was indeed. I was struggling to keep up with that then. So let's just take a look at the final classification then from the sprint event then. And this is how they're going to start for the grid itself then. And just said Boxtel won that sprint race. That's his first sprint race win of his career. Troy in second position, and great battle between those two drivers. A 10th second in the end. Gurman in third position. A great drive from Gurman there. Made his way up into third position. Nigel in fourth there with Pink Eye running out of fuel in the end there, which did cost him that third position and a place on the podium in the sprint. Markey in sixth position, good points for the McLaren team net, which is helping him out in the constructors, hanging on to those slim hopes then. Mr. Rage in seventh from the Haas car, but I think Favre overtaken Haas in the constructors now. Alhan in eighth position, good drive for Alhan as well. Those top eight then gets the points then, and so but then the remainder of the field will be starting like this as well. Vesey in ninth position, then Chazza in 10th position, much better than his qualifying attempt then as he started 16th. Siege in 11th. Knowlesy down in 12th position with Sweet in 13th. Cooper had a spin earlier on then, and he's now in 14th. Sam retired from the race. I don't think he's back in the session either. Indigo also retired as well. He'll be starting 16th with Gamer and Immortal starting 17th and 18th position. Gamer and Immortal was quite high up the order, but unfortunately, both those drivers will be starting from the back of the grid now on row 9 of this Brazilian Grand Prix, which is coming up in just a jiffy. Boxtel's an engineer. Boxtel, no I don't. Oh goodness me, who's spreading these wild vicious rumours? Goodness me. Boxtel is in the wrong car. Laugh out loud, Farf is saying that. When Farf's not here, does it all go to pot, does it as well? Of course, Farf is having a stag weekend. Him and Smithy there. I don't think they're going to be I don't think they're going to be right as rain. So I'm not sure if they're racing tomorrow, actually, Smithy and Farf. If they are, I think I'd stay away from if you were driving in the Silver, because I think that they might be a bit on the worse side of things, aren't they? As now we're counting down for the start of the Brazilian Grand Prix, of course. I hope you all had a lovely bank holiday weekend as well, of course, celebrating the King's coronation. Well, to be honest, I was just celebrating because it was my friend's birthday yesterday, so that was the main reason why I was celebrating, albeit the weather conditions was absolutely atrocious. No, that was last weekend. Oh, shocking. Whoops. Well, I suppose I was kind of close, wasn't I? But there we go. That's why I assumed that Farf was away. Maybe, I don't know, to be honest. I don't know what Farf is doing, actually, tonight. The pit crew, laugh out loud, disqualified for wrong car then. I'm on my way back from a car show. That's it. So I knew Farf was doing something. Hopefully you'll get to see the Miami Grand Prix, Farf. And of course I hope for, and of course we will as well then, as the start of the race is coming up in just a few moments. Serious Mushroom, attention! I think that's that to me, probably. I don't pay much attention at all, do I? I was just trying to, with Percy's comment, I'm just trying to wonder, disqualified for... no, I get you, yes, sorry, I'm very slow. Yes, Boxtel being disqualified for being in the wrong car. I mean, that is quite harsh, isn't it? But, goodness me. Right, let's get going then, shall we, for the Brazilian Grand Prix itself. We got 12 really enticing and gripping laps then in the sprint. I don't think Green's still in here, unfortunately. That is such a shame for Green. As that Alpine just flew past there, Indigo. Both Alpines, major losers in that sprint, unfortunately. Let's go for the grid then. Hard tyres then for the majority of the field, apart from Immortal, apart from Sweet, apart from Alhan and Mark in a superb 6th position there. Fantastic stuff indeed there. Yes, Boxtel won the sprint event. Now, as I said, that was the first ever sprint race win of his career. We've had 3 different sprint race winners now in the first season of the Sprinting Gold. Then, of course, one was... Kush, I think it was. The other one was Percy, and now we got Boxtal as well. And let's go for the grid a bit quick then. So Boxtal on the starting first, and Troy right down the order in second position. Now third position is German with Nigel in fourth. Pink Eye ran out of fuel, and he's now down 2 positions because of that. Fifth position, sixth position is Marky with Mr. Rage 7th. Alhan in 8th position. Vesli in 9th. Chaza in 10th position. 11th is Siege. Nolsey in 12th position. Sweet in 13th, along with Cooper as in Soup in 14th. 15th is Indigo. 16th is Gamer. And 17th is Immortal. Then 17 cars in for the Brazilian Grand Prix as Immortal's just wandered off the circuit there. Jordy has my motorbike helmet on. Goodness me, I did know you as a MotoGP driver. Serious Motion, fantastic. Troy just lined up now. I think MotoGP is there's a major issue in the background there for one of the Alpine cars. Yeah, I think that's rally in a MotoGP. I think it's well, superbike racing in general. I think it's the most dangerous sports in the world, really. Formula 1's dangerous as well, but goodness me, I think those two, especially rally. And gosh, watching a bit of old footage on the on Colin McRae's car a couple of hours ago, and I must say, oh, red lights are on. Yes, we need to talk about F1, shouldn't we? And here we go then. Half the grid is started. It points upwards. Half the grid is pointed downwards, and here we go. Boxtown gets a good start, but Troy there's not alongside with enough. There's going to be contact there between the two championship protagonists, as Nigel's got very much in between the two Ferraris here, but he's off the circuit. He's back on, and Nigel's going to be. I don't know how he's kept it on circuit there. Marky's got out. Marky's in the wall, and out of the race. And there's a slight bit of contact there between Marky and Nigel, and that is a VSC. Then I'm surprised that's not a safety car, to be honest. And goodness me, Nigel, I think, was on the back foot right from the get-go there, wasn't he? And I think the slightest bit of contact from Marky between himself and Marky, I think the Marky must have hit a bump then when he was off the road then and slammed back into the near side of the wall. Goodness gracious me. And goodness and golly gosh there. Nigel then, it was down into 6th position now, then up 2 is Pink Eye. He's back where he possibly should have started in the sprint race before he ran out of fuel. Alhan at 3rd position as well. Indigo at 5 and started very electric. Indigo has, and same for Coop as, and Soup also in 9th position as well. Good day for the Haas team, but Ferrari are very much looking on song at the moment, aren't they? And out of Young Sal then, or Young Gal then, for the first time then out of 36 laps then. Here we go then. So let's get going then. Troy is 4/10 of a second back at one then. No DRS yet, and as they exit the end of the first lap. Lap 1 completed. The gap is 3/10 of a second between the two championship protagonists. As we go down in turn 1, Marky left the session. He's good. Nigel is sprung up the inside there. Passes Mr. Rage. No, he isn't there. It's Alhan. He's passed back up in the 5th position now. And look at this. And here comes Mr. Rage. And that's a rubbish. I love that camera shot normally, but we can't see what's going on in the foreground. And look at this. Mr. Rage up into 6th position now. Alhan down to 7th, and that all came when Nigel had a run then into the centre S set on Alhan, and he's lost 2 positions on this second lap, unfortunately, which is a big shame then. That's a big shame then for Alhan, and back on board now of Alhan as we're in the midfield, the infield then of the Brazilian Grand Prix then. Interlagos, Brazil, then of course been on the F1 calendar since 1991-ish, something like that. I'm sure that Aaron Senna won the first ever race around here, didn't he? And he was stuck in gear, wasn't he? And he couldn't lift his arm at the end of the race, and it was incredible to watch, wasn't it? Well, obviously I wasn't watching it, but it's incredible to see footage of that then. Now that is, once again, the front 2 are starting to gap Pink Eye already in this one. And on board once again then with Troy. I've got to say, Pink Eye doing a fantastic job. I've heard whispers though that Pink Eye will not be involved in Season 9 of ALR, unfortunately. Hopefully that's not the case, because I'd love to see Pink Eye part of the gold grid for next season. Chaza and Siege is fighting away. Knowles, he's dropping down the order. Oh no, he isn't, because he's coming back through into the switcheroo into the centre S, and also retains his 13th position here. And watching Chaza as well, Immortal's got past Sweet then. I think he got wrong footed then. Gamer about a second off the drift of the back at the moment there, so that's not good at all then for Gamer down in 16th position. He had the pace and qualified. To measure, I have a 600, and it's just a summer toy then. To be honest, I suppose blokes never grow up, do we? Boys and our toys, isn't it? Oh, goodness me. Yes, and I don't know much about motorbikes, to be honest. I'm not very au fait with like those kind of motorbikes, with motorbikes in general. So I might have to Google that after the session. Then I would Google it now, but at the moment, I'll make sure I keep the chat open there for you guys. Just watch it. Aquas, ouch, and also that's got hurt as well. I think that's a comment there from Marquis. Pink Eye said the fast half the race. That is a comment then for Marquis smash earlier on then when he ran out wide at turn 3, and unfortunately there came back on the track, speared across. Luckily no one else got collected in that. That was a violent old shunt indeed. Knowles down into 14th position in the second Williams car, 9 positions behind his teammate at the moment, of course. So but at least the 2 Williams drivers are in here tonight, which is good stuff indeed. Pink Eye will be back. We can be very persuasive. But Marquis tried to avoid Nigel coming back onto the track. We seen that Marquis. It was a violent old shunt as well. Marquis be disappointed up because he had a cracking sprint race, didn't he? And picked up some very good points for the McLaren team, but unfortunately his race ended before it really got going, which is a major blow indeed there for Marquis, and that is such a shame then. Yeah, hopefully we can get Pink Eye back for next season then, because he's been an absolute, he's been a pleasure to watch, hasn't he? It's only his second race, mind, but he has been absolutely supreme, hasn't he? Indigo making his way up the order quite nicely indeed then, as he is now up into 10th position, and after his late retirement in the sprint a few moments ago. Lap 5 of this race, that is now having a look there onto the inside of the centre S. No dice at the moment. And of course thank you very much for joining us tonight then. Of course there's the Miami Grand Prix is about an hour's away at the moment, so we've got plenty of time to finish this Brazilian Grand Prix. Someone did say though that it was meant to rain in this Brazilian Grand Prix. It was meant to rain in this sprint as well, but that's not been the case so far. As it Chazza is having a look, then lovely shot from the rear diffuser of the Mercedes car. We just had a sneak shot about, I think that was a Morton Siege, getting very close and friendly with each other. Nigel down into 5th position now. No, he's 6th position. Now it's 5th, but he's had a swapperoo. He's had a look on the inside, contact, and Mr. Raid's there almost having a swapperoo there, and Alhan is on the outside there. Nigel's struggling to get the power down on this Williams car, and goodness me, and this fight there has lost some 2 seconds, hasn't it there? But of course there it is all about but of course it is key, isn't it, now, to keep track position there, but it's also key to keep DRS as well. But I'd rather these guys fight rather than just let each other through that. That's not what we see. That's not Grand Prix racing and Formula 1 and ALR is all about, is it? And Nigel's now got DRS there. Mr. Raid said very close to spinning it, wasn't it? As Troy is very close as well. Then Chazza and Indigo are swap position, and Nigel's back up in the 5th position as well. A lot of overtaking, and Vesey's past Alhan, I believe, but Alhan is back. Oh, contact between Vesey and Alhan there. Great recovery from Alhan there, very controlled. But Vesey there, unfortunately, punching him off and dropping the downside position. Well, punch is a bit of a strong word. And look at this, and again, that looked like just on the outside, where we've had an almighty smash there several times. I think Gunnar was one of them, as his car went flying into the air back in season 1 or 2 of ALR. On board with Nigel here, then we're going into the in section as well. Top 16-year-olds together, come on at green then, getting cloudy though, Serious Metro was saying, and it changed very quickly. Equals was saying it very much has, hasn't it? As all of a sudden then, we had a very quiet opening stage into the Grand Prix. Now all of a sudden it's very much hotted up, hasn't it, in this way? Out of Yun Sao as well. Sieges all over the back of Vesey. I wonder if he got damaged when him and Alhan there, when he collected Alhan last lap around then. As Troy then once again is finding, he's in the pits, and so he has damaged that, unfortunately. So we've got Mr. Rage who's now back behind. A lovely shot here, and you can see Nigel is harvesting as well. He's going to go up in snow, yes, and then look at this, and McCoop has in Super Chazza also as well. Be honest, Nigel's struggling here, isn't he? And all of a sudden then, he was looking very strong in the sprint up the qualifying session, but now he's dropping down the order, and Nigel's on the inside. Mr. Rage is on the outside. Mr. Rage has the position. He has the position. He's taken 5th position here. And now brilliant stuff. And I think Chad has got past Super. Cooper's in Super in 8th position. He has. He's up in the 7th. Magnificent stuff. And we've also got Indigo. He's got past his teammate. He's got past his teammate. Also got past Indigo, his teammate. Knowlesy is dropping down the order. There's a problem with Knowlesy's Williams machine, unfortunately. And just watching this incredible battle. Mr. Rage would like to get out of this DRS range, but Nigel is a very quick customer, but he's struggling in the infield, isn't he? Let's see what Mr. Racing could keep out of keep out of Nigel's grasp here. He's found 3/10 for second on just out of Jung Sal alone then. And goodness me, Box Out set the fast half race as he is leading away. The gap is down to 11 points in the World Championship then. After this race, there's only 78 points left. And Coop is well off the circuit there. As come on, Coop has and Soup Haas are flying. Unfortunately, Serious Mushroom there wrote that comment just as Coop was flying. Unfortunately, then Coop flew off the road there. Chaz has dropped down into 8th position because Immortals up into 7th there. Both Alpines are flying through the field, doing a great job here tonight. The Alpine team is, and Alhan looking back there as the Haas of Coop there, dropping all the way down to the back of the field. As one misjudgment into the centre S has cost him majorly. He's gone on to the old circuit there, didn't he, Coop? Then watching from Chaz's viewpoint now as Immortal, then the champion of the first ever 100% league in ALR history, then, who is in 7th position now. I'd love to see Immortal at a 4-time seat in golf then, but I don't think his commitments can be. I don't think he can do his commitments yet then, but he has raced, I think, about 13 times in golf this season. On board once again then with Immortal. Siege, who's got in front of Indigo there. I think Indigo's had a problem there. Troy set the fast out race and is once again the top two in the championship. Then yo-yoing around then. Look at this, that Gamer on the outside. He's up at the 10th, Gamer is now. So a steady start for Gamer, but now he's starting to spread his way through the field nicely indeed. Then Nolsey is through. Pass is Sweet up into. No, he isn't there. Yes, he is there because it's Coop who's also going through as well. Or is he then? Sweet is off the circuit. That he's got to make sure he comes on carefully. He does send Coop on the outside up into 14th position there. Magnificent. But at the back of the field, then of course he's gone back onto the medium. I'm not sure if he's started on the hard and gone to the medium here. I probably should have taken more notice, really, shouldn't I? Serious Mission, what did I say? Anything there? Of course, the comments cursed, unfortunately. Coop will recover, equals saying it. Of course, Coop, as I mentioned, he had his best result of his career last time out in Mexico. And look at this, Troy and Pink Eye and German as well. There's German, the second Ferrari in 4th position. We cannot discount out the Season 6 champion, German, because there he is in 4th. And my goodness, the top 4 are once again, like in Mexico, it just streamed away from the rest of the field. I think someone said gold plus, didn't they, last week in Mexico? My goodness me, they're absolutely flying out there at the moment. Immortal from last, equals saying that he's gone from last over to 7th. We're on board with Immortal now. Just keeping a watching brief of Nigel and Mr. Rage as they have settled down ever so slightly in that intriguing battle. Very intriguing battle indeed. As, at the moment there, Troy cannot get past Box Out at the moment. Box Out is the McLaren. Yes, he is in the Red Bull tonight then, but he is technically in the McLaren now. So if he scores points, he'll be scoring points there for the McLaren team then. Of course, we've got a long way to go then. We ain't even at half distance yet. We're on lap 10 out of 36 here, and I'm already sweating profusely here. Goodness me, it's like when I stand next to a salad bar. Watching Boxed Out and Pink Eye. Lovely shot from the side part of the Ferrari here, and there is Pink Eye. What a magnificent man he is there. He's fantastic. This is his second Grand Prix, and he's very much similar to Lewis Hamilton and Jacques Villeneuve from their opening careers of Formula 1 as well. Oh, and he's had a swapperoo there. Oh, and German's had an even worse swapperoo. Both Ferraris there, and German then coming back onto the circuit then, so he ain't going to lose too much time. However, though, he is not going to have any momentum in that Ferrari, and now Mr. Ranger is going to just go on the outside there, and Nigel's lost a second there, and not yet. Nigel's lost a second then, so I think Nigel's now out on the DRS detection zone, so Immortal should be back, but it should be past him. He has got past him now, or has he? Because Nigel's still got the inside, but Immortal is absolutely flying. He is on the medium tyres, of course, so yes, indeed. And German is having a hell of a second half of the season then. Wowzers, equals saying that Indigo's off the circuit in turn 3, unfortunately. And Serious Mushroom also is put his foot in his mouth once again. As soon as he compliments anyone, they go off the track. I'm glad it's not me, to be honest. I'm hoping to lose that tag eventually. Chazzer in 8th position then. He is keeping. Nigel's really struggling. I'm wondering what's going on with Nigel. Is it the setup of the car, do you think? Is it the problem there where we've come straight into the race and Nigel then, of course, we've had literally we've had just one shot quality and straight into racing conditions. I wonder if Nigel's one of the drivers that is struggling. German in 5th position now, and the gap is 7 seconds between Mr. Rage and Pink Eye, whilst Troy and Boxtal are now very much set on their own then as they come into turn 1, as the gap is now a second between himself and Pink Eye. Pink Eye's out of DRS, but he's as Indigo Indigo off the circuit, and he's doing a bit of grass cutting now. Chazza is now in 7th position now. He was in 8th position now, but Nigel then has still got in front of the moment there. No more timing for me then. Snap of the wheel is what Equals is saying, and it's unfortunate. Both Ferraris had a bit of a snap, didn't they? And I think I wonder if I caught Gurman out ever so slightly. Chazza is, of course, that's 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane for Indigo. And Indigo is unfortunately pitted and quitted there, so we're down to 15 runners and riders in this one. Chazza currently in 8th position, and of course this is the distance of the sprint race, and we're just about to complete. Well, Pink Eye is now caught right to the back once again. Then. So this is the sprint. The distance of the sprint race has been completed now, but now then we're going. Now this is the Grand Prix itself, of course, and we've got another 18 laps to go. At this moment in time, then the top 10 looks like this, and Boxtel leads the way, but only just in front of Troy in 2nd position at the moment. In 3rd position is Pink Eye. He's back within a second now, and all of a sudden we got yellow flags. And look, here's Troy. He's going for it. He's having a look there. Boxtel is stepped at and look at that Boxtel. Then it's just open the steering wheel up ever so slightly because Troy was on the outside. Remember that Boxtel left the door ever so slightly open in the sprint race, and that's how Troy got through first time. But this time around, then of course Boxtel made Troy go on the outside here, didn't he? Oh my goodness gracious me. Seriously, don't blame me, I didn't say anything. But, well, goodness me. As Koopas and Supers off the circuit then as well. Oh, he's lost all the wing there. And that could be VSC, but I think there's a nice gap actually, so it shouldn't be a VSC. There's a nice gap. Then after Vesey goes past, there's a nice gap between the leaders and Vesey, so I don't think we'll need a VSC just yet. Then so Marshall can clear up that wing then. And here we go then. Equals lights. Just watching watching Troy, lovely shot. This is exactly what the driver's eye line sees now, and that's the best onboard shot we've got. Hopefully we'll have a visor cam on the game soon. Here he goes. Now he's got the inside, and Troy takes the lead. Then and Boxtel's having a look down the inside, but no dice. And Troy, just like in Mexico, has just been sitting back there, but now he has taken the lead. Then Cooper is recovering, but he's got wing damage there, Cooper, so he's got to go to the pits. And Chazza has got past and moved himself past Nigel. Nigel is just dropping like a stone here. There's issues for the first ever champion of ALR, but he has DRS. And look at this. Look at Chazza. Did Chazza just get out of the way there? Did Chazza illegally overtake Nigel potentially? I'm not sure, because there's no way there's that much speed difference between, is that Knowles in there really getting his teeth into this one there. He's up into 12th position now. Alhan down into 12th, I should say, with Knowles up to 11th. And Alhan was fighting the points, and once before he was turned around by Vesey earlier on this Grand Prix, and he's trying to have a, there and Serious Mushroom made my day. And Alhan is trying to recover that. Because Serious Mushroom just said then that there is a visor cam. Then I cannot wait to see that. Then of course I'm hoping with the official TV graphics as well. I'm hoping that we'll have some more official TV graphics on spectator mode as well, which would be very awesome to see. Well, for me personally, I'm not sure for anyone else, but I love it. So Troy is now got a 6/10 of a second gap. Then let's see if we can pull away. Pink Eye is now all over the back of Boxtel as well, watching Immortal. Then here he comes, then Immortal, and look at this. Immortal having a look at McGurman, who is harvesting, and he can't get past Mr. Rage at the moment, can he? Immortal's done a great job on those medium tyres, hasn't he? And made his way up the order. Into the pits comes Alhan, and Alhan, the first driver on the medium tyres to make a scheduled stop, I believe. I think this might trigger some pit stops then from Sweet. Sweet's the only driver on the medium tyres in the facility of Alhan. Alhan's gone soft here. I wonder if he's going for a two-stop strategy around here then. I thought he might have been going from mediums to hards potentially. I do love a more multi-pit stop race, and it's so much more entertaining, isn't it? Well, I'm surprised Alhan going on softs here. I thought he would have gone hard to the end of racing, because I think that we're just going to we're 3 laps away from half distance, and the medium tyres easily got to this distance, and there's just judging from Immortal's pace, and as we're on board with him now, so I would have suggested that perhaps a harder tyre would have been a better choice of a tyre here, but what do I know? Of course, and I'm a man who maths really very much fails me more often than not, and also my strategical calls have not been very good either over the years. Troy is 6/10 of a second in front of Boxtel. I think Boxtel is going to be more concerned about Pink Eye, who is really starting to put the hammer down, isn't he? Really starting to put the hammer down now as we're on board with Gurman then, who trying to get past Mr. Rage, and Mr. Rage, this is one of his. He's had such a great season, Mr. Rage has. He's one of my drivers for one of my drivers of the season for me. He's been supreme, Mr. Rage has. Absolutely fantastic. Him and Haas have really elevated themselves. The only disappointing thing I do about Mr. Rage is that default helmet of his. Everything else is spectacular from Mr. Rage. Absolutely, it's been absolutely a fine season as well for the Haas driver. Gaps are starting to spread out ever so slightly, and Koopas and Super set the fast lap race. You get a point for fast lap whether you're in the top 10 or not then, so as long as you finish the race you get that fastest up then. So yeah, that's the only different rule change then we have got from the actual real world of Formula 1 as well, apart from the fact is we don't run 100% races unless of course it is on Wednesday nights, of course. So Mortal of course already claimed that championship, been absolutely amazing this season of Mortal, hasn't he? And he's been amazing this Brazilian Grand Prix as well, but he has started to drop off the back of German ever so slightly, so I'm thinking that the medium tyres are starting to struggle at this stage of proceedings. As I say, they've almost lasted to half distance. I'm wondering if any of the hard runners might come onto the soft tyres. I think that how is that going? I think the way that's going to be a decision is going to be taken is depending on where Alhan, on how long Alhan got on those soft tyres. So Alhan is as much as he probably does want to be, he's going to be the guinea pig, I think, for these for the hard drivers now, and seeing how long those soft tyres go for. So I'm wondering if Troy Boxtel Pinkard may go on to the soft tyres. I would probably I would have thought they would have been straightforward medium to hard or hard to medium. No safety car in this stage of this race then. Lap 17 out of 36 here. We have lost 3 cars, and Greener unfortunately exited after qualifying, unfortunately. We've also lost Indigo and Marky out of the Grand Prix as well. 15 runners and riders still left in this one. I say Immortal was dropping off, but all of a sudden he is really starting to go back onto the gearbox of the Ferrari of German, whilst the other Ferrari of Pink Eye is really pushing now to get past Boxtel, which is not what Boxtel wants them, because that'll be a 10-point swing in the championship, and the championship will go up to 21 points lead with just 3 rounds to go in this one. There it's just Boxtel and Troy in the battle for the world championship now. Gurren was eliminated last week in Mexico, a couple of weeks ago actually, and then of course Percy with technical difficulties there with his pedals, and unfortunately he's out for the remainder of the season as well. So big blow for Percy. It was going to be a long shot at the best, though, for Percy to still be in the championship. That he had a lot of low scoring, hasn't he, through the mid part of the season, whilst Troy and Boxtel was getting the podiums, hammering out the podiums left, right, and centre, weren't they? Very good stuff indeed there for those drivers on board with Immortal once again. And I was accusing Immortal's medium tyres of dropping off, but all of a sudden they are he's really getting back into the thick of things. So is Pink Eye as well, and is anyone going to trigger pit stops? No, at the moment they're all staying out there, and I wasn't expecting anyone to come in just yet then, because that would make the medium tyres go an awfully long way. They can go the remainder of the race now, because Immortal has already shown us that they can, but of course, they want to go. It's still in a competitive state. Well, I say it's still in a competitive state. Then they are on Immortal's car. They're very much in a competitive state, aren't they? Sweet currently 12th position there on 17 lap road. Medium tyres. And Vesey will have to go to the pits again. Sweet has gone to the pits now, and I'm expecting Sweet there to go onto the hard tyres. But again, as we've already seen in this race, I am going completely wrong. On board with German once again in the Ferrari, the second Ferrari, and this is going to this battle here is not only a battle of the race, but it's also a battle on the constructors as well. But said have already lost out at the lost that 4th position in the Constructors' Championship now, haven't they? And Ferrari are very much going to extend their advance as well. I don't think Ferrari, unfortunately, Ferrari already out of the Constructors' Championship roadway, and I think at the moment Aston Martin will be as well, because there's only one Aston Martin driver in this race as well, and down in 9th position is Gamer at the moment. Why is the Boxtel guy not in the McLaren? Says Edu. I think he chose the wrong car at the beginning of the race, unfortunately. But he is still scoring points for the McLaren, albeit he just fancied like driving in the Red Bull today, I believe. Unfortunately, though, we have got no Red Bull cars in this race at all, which is not going to help in the Constructors. Mercedes are now overtaking Red Bull in the Constructors, and Williams, I think, they were, but they're not now, because Williams will be back in the 10th position in the Constructors as well after their sprint success, unfortunately. Watching Boxtel, I think he just had a breather, didn't he? But now he's once again all over the back of Troy, the race leader, with 16 laps to go in this one now. So absolutely, it's been a great race so far, hasn't it? Very much on the edge of your seat stuff. Indeed, Coop has and Soup back up in the 14th position now. Or has he? Because Sweet and Coop are fighting. And goodness me, are they fighting good up the hill then? No, Sweet's got that position now. Goodness gracious me, I was going to say, fighting up that hill, that's not going to be... That's not very good. He didn't like the McLaren, Sir Special was saying that. Unfortunately, Marky didn't even. Mark had a great race, didn't he, up into the sprint race anyway. Unfortunately, the actual race itself, he was out before quite early on, wasn't he? On board with Pink Eye once again. Is any of the top runners coming to pits? No, they're staying out once again then. So let's see then. Of course, as we mentioned, the medium tires will be able to get to the end of the race, and we have no doubt about that. Isn't Sam Green in the Red Bull? Yes, you're right. But Sam Green is unfortunately not in the race because he dropped out before the sprint race continued. But yeah, you are right. I forgot about Sam Green. Apology. Rain! There's rain on the cockpit here. And goodness me, that's why they're staying out then. And yes, we heard that there was going to be rain, but all of a sudden that is going to change the face of this Grand Prix. And Immortal's got past German here and up into 5th position. Immortal's driving superbly well on the medium tires. That might be why everyone is on the oh my goodness me, that's why everyone's on the hard tires at the beginning of the race apart from Immortal in the Graham, and again very close there. I can't believe how well Immortal's doing on the medium tires still, but how bad is this rain going to be now? And is it going to be heavy enough to go onto the intermediate tires? It's very light at the moment. We've got pit stop drama in the pits already with Sweet and Coop as in Soup in the pits. I'll be surprised if we got on the medium tires. I wonder if they could have blown. Yeah, Sweet's on the medium. And it's our scheduled stop then for the drivers. So if they got damage, and it is a scheduled stop. That's very early then. They are really gambling here. They're both a lap down now, though, unfortunately. So if there's a safety car, it's going to be very difficult for them to get back in this end because you can't unlap yourself. Under the sprint end, Boxtel won the race with Troy second, and it was Nigel who got third, I think it was, or was it German? I can't remember, but it was a very good sprint race then. So that was how it finished, and of course the top 8 got the points. And Mikey did finish 6th, had a great sprint race, but he's out now. Then of course both Alpines had a nightmare sprint race, and Immortals right down to the back of the field. Cooper's out of the Grand Prix, and that is a big blow indeed, and he's on the circuit there at sector 2. Well, that is very dangerous indeed then, and I would have been expecting a safety car there, which probably would have helped a couple of drivers if they wanted to make their way and come onto the intermediate tyres. But yes, how the race goes, Coop. Unfortunately, that is such a shame then. Boxtel, Troy and German, thank you very much, Sarah Smasher. That's why you guys are here then, to really help me, because I can't remember what happened half an hour ago. Shocking, isn't it, really? So how long, but how heavy is this rain going to be? It's not even, I don't think it's close enough for even intermediate tires yet. The track is still bone dry out there at the moment, and and it is quite a very hot country, Brazil is, isn't it? I think we might need a deluge here. Remember, we've had a lot of wet race in Brazil over here as well. Of course, 2003 definitely comes to memory, especially that pesky turn 3, which even caught out the race master himself of Michael Schumacher, which was it was incredible, wasn't that race? It was Giancarlo Fisichella winning his first race of his career, and Jordan's final race of their career as well, back in 2003. One of my favourite races of all time. GG Coops said, yeah, it's unfortunate for Coops. He was very much in the thick of the action, wasn't he? But those intermediate tyres are not helping at the moment now, so Sweet is not gaining to the cars in front at the moment now. Alhan may have gone to soft tyres, and because he expected the rain coming, Boxtel just dropping off the back ever so slightly, and German there is out of control, and now we got some rubbish camera angles. Well, they're usually quite nice, I like those, but German now all over the back then, and he's going on the outside into the possibly the horseshoe, I can't remember, now going down into Magulio, before coming out of Yunsal as well. Yellow flag, Pink Eye's off the circuit. Is he damaged the car? He has damaged the car. Pink Eye, who was on course for his second podium of his career, has ventured off the circuit and into third, fourth position. And does come. We got yellow flags as well for someone else. It is getting very greasy out there. Alhan's off the circle as well. It is getting greasy out there. It's the driver's Pink Eye's on the intermediate tyres. Is it time for the intermediate tyres? I think it's still too dry, you know. But the drivers just cannot keep it on the road. If they can't keep it on the road, they have to come to pits. It's better to be in the pits. It's better to be on wrong tires than to still be in the race, I suppose. Troy Toboggan tires off the circuit here. Oh my goodness me. And Boxtel leads the Grand Prix. Action drama in this Brazilian Grand Prix. Oh my goodness gracious me. And now Boxtel's got the advantage. It's a 7-point swing. And the gap in the championship is going to be down, I think, to 2 points-ish, isn't it? Or something like that. Oh my goodness me. And it's a full-course caution because it's a safety car, which is come out after all the drama here. What these drivers going to do is Troy got damaged. We only seen him on the grass. I don't think he made the barrier, the championship leader. But Boxtel is back in the lead of this race, and he's in the pits, but Troy's in the pits as well. And I think that this is going to be helping Sweet then, because he can get back on the lead lap. Then that's good news then for Sweet. Oh my goodness gracious, into the pits now, and it's intermediate tyres, you know, so it is intermediate tyres, and I think it's still too dry then, but they got no choice. They have to come into the pits then, don't they? And this is going to get very interesting, because almost the rain is getting slightly heavier at this stage. Everyone is in the pits, and it is going to be an absolute well, it's going to be busy down there, as I think I need Ted Kravitz here to tell me what's going on. Then out of the pits comes Mr. Rage, Immortal, German also out of pits. Someone as Nigel is still on the medium tyres, and so Nigel is the only driver, and Immortal's on soft as well. Those two drivers, and doesn't feel that if this could be an absolute incredible. Pink Guy is back up in the front position, so he lost literally no time in that after that incident. Wow, magnificent. So it is as Equal saying that he's not sure then, does he? Because Sirius Rush went medium tyres. Yeah, it still looks dry. Was gifted for Boxtel, and he's on the intermediate tyres now. But if it doesn't get any heavier, I think that the drivers on the medium, or on the slick tyres basically, which is Vesley, which is Siege, which is Nosey, which is Alhan, and Nigel as well, and Immortal, then they are going to be very happy with this. But the safety car will be out for quite a number of laps here, then on lap 25 out of 36 here. The softs are not a bad idea, Sirius Rush was saying, and I didn't actually see how many laps Alhan did on the end then. But yeah, it's very slippery out there, but I think it's still too dry for the intermediate tyres. But as I said, you would rather still be in the race and be on these intermediate tyres. So we've seen a couple of drivers go off. Troy was off, Pink Eye went off as well. Goodness gracious me, Immortal, German, we've seen struggling, didn't we, to keep the car on the straight and narrow as well. Then Vesley's in the pits, and what is Vesley going to do then? Having to try and race Vesley, as he's got problems there. What's going on there with the Alpine car? He's in the pits now. Worth a gamble, Sirius Rush was saying. Into the for the soft tyres. Into the pits comes Vesley. There is some problem. Has he got a gear shift problem? Because that was very unusual coming in the pits. He's on soft tyres as well. I think anyone's at the back of the field then. I think it's definitely worth a gamble. I wonder if Sweet may come in the pits, and go back onto the slick tyres. I still think it's too dry for the intermediate tyres personally. Hard to say. Can't wait to find out. Equals saying I can't do it. It's going to be a doozy end to this race. Let's take stock on lap 26 out of 36 here. And we've had a sprint race. We've now had the Grand Prix itself, which is incredible. But look at the light rain here, but it's not getting any heavier at the moment, is it then? So I would say that the best tyre is slick tyres then, but that could change quite quickly, especially when I'm trundling around on the behind the safety car. Now we're trundling around behind the safety car. I think that's Alfa Romeo mechanics then, which look like they're preparing for something. I'm not sure what. Well, we've only got one Alpha. No, we've got two. We've got Siege also in 10th position as well. I wonder if he might come to the pits, go onto the soft tyres, This is going to be epic, Sirius Rush was said. So, safety car will be, I think will be out for at least one lap, maybe more, actually, because Sweet there is just quite a way behind him on there. But good thing for Sweet is that he is now then going to be on the lead lap then in this one. Boxtel leads the way. Troy in second. Pink Eye in third. Mr. Rage in fourth position. All intermediate tyres set. Fifth position is Immortal on slick tyres. Sixth is German. Nigel 7th, he's on slick tyres. 8th is Chazza and Gamer, both on intermediate tyres, and the rest of the grid is now on the dry, slick tyres. Siege on mediums, hard Nosy on medium tyres, soft for Wesley, Alhan, and Sweet Dad. Into the pits comes Wesley again. Into the pits comes Alhan again. I think that they're going to just top up with new slick soft tyres. They are indeed. Then in and out, shake it all about that. Into the pits comes Alhan as well. Very close to being a dangerous release here. Hard tyres for Alhan. What's going on there? I'm surprised that Alhan's gone to the hard tyres here. I'm surprised at that completely. That's really dumbfounded me. My goodness me. Immortal will be fast or crash. It will be fast or he will crash. Said, has Immortal ever won a race in ALR Gold before? He hasn't won a race this season, but he's had 2 podiums this season. Immortal has. I don't think he's ever won a race, has he? Immortal, I do not believe he hasn't. His best result has been second. And so this could be his golden opportunity now for Immortal, who started at the back of the field. Goodness me, what an incredible drive it has been for Immortal. Wow, fantastic. 10 laps to go in this race. It is raining harder now, though, isn't it? Goodness me. It is still, look, Immortal trying to make sure that his tyres do not go cold. As soon as they go cold, he's just going to spin and lack grip then, and he is going to be a passenger at the start of this race then. I don't think we're going to restart this lap. Here we are! Oh my goodness, we're now about to find out. Vesey keeping the safety car up for Troy. Seriously, saying, oh, interesting stuff there for Troy then. But now we're getting back on. We're going to find out which tyre is quickest. Look, the rain is still coming down here. Boxstar is going to lead us away. Keep an eye on the soft and slick. Keep an eye on the slick runners. I think that they're in prime position at the moment here. Of course, it is the golden rule in Formula 1 is be on the right tyre at the right time. The 2 championship protagonists have both gone into that. So really, then, either both from a right or both from a wrong. Then, and now we're back race again. Mr. Rage is back into the pits. Then, Mr. Rage is back into the pits as Immortal. Immortal there, almost out of control there, going down the back straight. The start-finish straight into the pits because Mr. Rage has there been damage there from Mr. Rage, or is he going to the pits and going on slick tyres? I think he's going on slick tyres, isn't he? That's a Williams off, and that is the peril, unfortunately, of going onto these slick tyres. And Nigel is off, and of course it is very close to intermediate tyres. You've got to struggle for grip, but Nigel's got going again, luckily. But unfortunately, that is really going to hurt him. Mr. Rage is on the soft tyres as well. Immortal then has not got past the pink car yet, that has he then, but he's got very close. We've got a lot of lag going on there, haven't we, between Immortal and I'm not sure if that's pink or not. Sliver we go. Here we go. It's like Nigel's got 3-second penalty as both Williams is unfortunately out of the points now, aren't they, at the moment. Boxstar is about 4 10-second, 5 10-second away, and DRS is still enabled in this one as light rain is still falling over the Sao Paulo Grand Prix out of Yung Sao as well then. Now no DRS then for the first 2 laps then after the safety car restart, but it will be available soon then if the rain doesn't get harder. And of course, if the FIA, and look, the track is getting very greasy now. Troy is going for the lead now. He's on the outside, then he's having a look. No, not quite. I think that it's just about becoming time for the wet look, because there you can see the puddles on the circuit ever so slightly now. And I feel then it's I feel that this is where the intermediate tyres are now going to start to come into their own then. It was so close. That's a Mercedes off of the back. There's Chazza. Chazza's on the intermediate, so that just shows how difficult it is out there. My goodness gracious me, that you can be hero and zero stuff here. Well, I haven't said that then. I was guesstimating that maybe the dry tyres are quicker, but at the moment now, Immortal, so the intermediates are quicker than, but at the moment now, Immortal is still doing a good job there on those soft tyres. Vesi's now made his way back into great position there. I think Mr. Rage might be a bit disappointed about going into the pits now, because I'm wondering if Mr. Rage is thinking, well, perhaps I should have waited on the intermediate tyres. He's thrown away potentially third position in this Grand Prix. Troy is going for it early off the race. Off the circuit goes Immortal. Immortal's running out of grip, isn't he? Immortal is running out of grip now, isn't he? As the rain is starting to get quite heavy here, but I think that it is borderline slick tyre. I don't know, to be honest. I've given up guessing. It's an incredible end to the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Troy then, who seriously said he was going for it early then, but at the moment he's too far back at this one at the moment. Going down in someone, but we'll have DRS at the end of the next lap then. Gamer up into a superb 6th position. It was all bleak for the Aston Martin driver a couple of laps ago. Now he is back up into 6th position. Gamer is at Immortal just in front of it, and Immortal is struggling, isn't he? He is very much struggling. Sweet has got a 3-second penalty. And Chaza then, who I think it was did Chaza go? It was one of the Mercedes, wasn't it? It was Chaza. I thought that he went off quite violently into the wall, but he's still got all his pieces in the right direction. Just watching Troy now. Lap 30 out of 36. What an epic Grand Prix this one's been here. Position, Sean. Thank you very much for shocking behaviour. We've got Immortal at 13 positions there. 11 positions for Gamer as well. It's good. And look, the track is getting very greasy now, though, isn't it? Goodness me. And look at this, and I think it to be at times is definitely the safest way to go, especially in the championship positions now. But I think Mortal, he's driving superbly well today on those medium tires. He took him to lap 20, and now on the oh, he's down into 5th now, and I think Mortal is starting to struggle on the no DRS. Oh, he said no DRS, and his DRS been disabled then. Let's take a look then as we're going across the grid hatches again. Then Troy without DRS, it's going to be much more difficult to overtake. He's going to have to go for a traditional overtake, Troy, if he wants to win the Brazilian Grand Prix. 5 laps to go in this one. As into the pits comes Alhan. I think Alhan might be going back onto the intermediate tyres. Watching Gamer then, who is on the intermediate tyres, and that's a Ferrari. A pink eye off the circuit. Oh my goodness me! And I think it just shows how incredible the drivers on the slick tyres are still going. Fantastic, but pink eye. Oh goodness me! And he has dropped right down into to 12th position there. And I think he's going to have to go into the pits as well. Pink eye is because that is a shame then. Between Pink Eye and Gamer for a drive of the day, I think it might have to be Gamer now, won't it? Because Pink Eye is unfortunately eliminated himself from that potentially. But it's never over until it's over. Then, as that track is resembling Immortal's off the circuit. Immortal is off the circuit. And I think that is he spun again now? And yes, I think everyone who's on the slick tires needs to go to the pits now. And it was a close call, wasn't there? But I think going on into under the safety car was the right call in the end there. Immortal has driven superbly well today, but unfortunately, as I said, you can go from 0 to 0 quite quickly. Siege is doing a great job though. He's back up into up into 6th position now. Vessi into 5th there. Vessi doing a great job for the AlphaTauri. At the moment though, AlphaTauri cannot win the Constructors' Championship here today. They will be, as Pink Eye's out of the Grand Prix, but they will be able to I think that they put themselves in very good position for the next race in Portugal. We are in Portugal. We take a quick pit stop then as Mr. Rage back into the pit and it's all gone wrong, hasn't it, for the Haas driver. We take a quick pit stop back to Europe then for Portugal for one more time before we go to China and then Abu Dhabi to finish off the season. Troy's has dropped away now from the back of Boxtel. Boxtel, who is can't catch a break tonight. That is he's cursed. That's serious Russian myth. Indeed he is. My goodness gracious me. So at the moment Boxtel as Chaza has just flown by now, hasn't he? Yellow flag there. It's one of the Ferraris. It's Pink Eye just come back on the circuit after a pit and quit. We got Chaza making his way up into 6th position now. Chaza could potentially be one of those votes to drive today as well. As you can see then, I think that yeah, look at that then. Yes, I think that's a clear indication that the dry tyres is not the way to go now. So Chaz making moves now. Into the pits comes Vessi. Vessi's had enough bet, and he is going to drop down. So Chaz is now up into 6th position. He is flying through the field quite nicely now, isn't he? There he is. Chaz, brilliant stuff indeed. Then Siege, I think, is going to be hoping he can make it through. 4 laps to go here, but excuse me. But I must say, it's going to be very tight. I don't think he's going to stay in front of Chazza because Chazza's just catching. There he is in the background, catching him hand over fist here. So Chazza flying at the moment on the intermediate tyres. Other drivers on the intermediates is now Immortal and Vesli. Vesli coming out of the pits now. 4 laps and let's see. Is it stopped raining? No, that's not stopped raining. Not yet. Then, as it's still raining out there at the moment. But I think that the other intermediate runners of Vesli and Immortal was definitely. I reckon that they're going to get some good points here. And yes, it's only 4 laps, but it's so close indeed that Vesli, Siege, Gamer, Nolsey, who you picking then, or even come back from Chazza 5%. I think the Chazza should be in there for drive of the day. I reckon 5. Unfortunately, being there for joy today, Serious Rush is going to get banned at this rate. He is, and after giving the commentator's curse. And look at this, and here comes Chaz up in the 5th position there. And yes, indeed, I think that the soft runners, the slick runners, they were close, but no cigar, weren't they? In terms of the points they were, in terms of sticking with the dry tires out of the safety car. It is, the range has got slightly too heavy in the last couple of minutes or so, haven't they? Unfortunately, back on board now. Back on board now with Chaz as we go into going down to the Descida del Lago. Is that it? I don't think it is it? Chaz is now just Vesi's now all over the back, and Vesi is now starting to really fly, so he's going to come back into get back into the points of this one, isn't he? So good 17 there for Vesi. Vesi was on course, yellow flag. Then is Nigel off the circuit, then, and Nigel, who had some incredible pace in qualifying and most of the sprint race, is really gone slightly wrong as well. And goodness gracious me, someone's got a very big exhaust there. So Nigel's race is just absolutely gone going downhill very quickly now, isn't it? Unfortunately for Nigel. Siege doing a magnificent job, by the way, on those slick tyres. Fantastic stuff indeed. That now as Chaz, I don't think he's going to get any higher than 5th position, but that's a great recovery drive, isn't it? Very good stuff indeed. There. And here comes Vesi. Look how much speed he's got now, all over the back and through past the sweet. Then Immortal's got 3-second penalty as Immortal is trying to catch up, but I think Immortal's going to be quite it's going to be too far back, isn't he? Which I'm quite surprised by. Look at Vesi then just flying through the order now, isn't he? And so look at this, as now up in the 7th position, and also dropping down to 8th, unfortunately, isn't he? But he's sticking with it. Very good stuff indeed. Siege is 7 seconds up the road with 1 lap to go here in this race. Boxstyle is going for his 9th race win of the season, then, and is going to lower the championship lead. He's not leading the championship, but he's now lowered that championship lead down to hang on a bit. I think it's down to 3 points, isn't it, or something like that. Then. So goodness gracious me, then. So yes, the champion Boxstyle very close now, very close to the championship of Troy, then going into Portugal in a week's time. Then this is the last sprint race of the season, and we have only got 78 points up for grabs after tonight's event. My goodness gracious me, Driver of the Day vote is out now, and Gamer's got 100% of the vote. Vesi, Siege and Nolsey is also in the vote as well. But here comes Boxstyle. What an incredible drive for Boxstyle, and really he matched Troy punch for punch in this one, didn't he? As the two championship rivals once again have gone head to head in an absolutely enthralling battle. Comes across the line to win the 9th race win of the season. Boxstyle wins the Brazilian Grand Prix, or the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Magnificent stuff there for Boxstyle. Really well done indeed then. And Troy finished second today with Gurman, a great drive to third. Gamer in 4th position as well. Siege, I think that Siege got that position. Siege there. Oh, goodness me, it's going to be close between Siege and Vesi. Look, Siege just can't get the traction, and Vesi takes him. Goodness me, it's like the Glock and Hamilton from 2008. But Vesi coming across the line, and he is going to pick up 6th position. Great, only 3 laps on the intermediate tyres, and he's elevated himself from 10th back to 6th there. Immortal's elevated himself right up the order as well. Mr. Race is going to salvage a point then. Well, Sweet, who was in the points there for just a slight period of time then, but unfortunately, that was not enough in the end there, was it? I went Gamer, rude, be rude not to. Gamer, yeah, Gamer I think had a brilliant drive out there tonight, didn't they? Fantastic stuff indeed. And I gotta say, Knowles' prediction about this race ending at quarter past was pretty incredible and stuff indeed. I had me doubts, to be honest. I was a bit concerned that I was a bit concerned this race might run over, but no, not at all. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. Then he nailed it because he said quarter past. It's only 12 minutes past that as we are now going to get ready for the start of Miami Grand Prix, I think. Then very good stuff indeed. Well done to Chaz. Chaz up and do fifth in the end. Good stuff indeed. So there is boxed out. That is his ninth Grand Prix win of the season. Good stuff indeed there with Troy in second, German in third position. While German, I think, is kind of lost at sea in the championship now. As I think he's kind of on his own in fourth position in the World Championship. He cannot get to third now, but. I think that German is going to be very happy with the strong end of the season as well for the season 6 champion, and he would love to regain his crown back next season. Chazo, well done, guys. And Vez get 9% of the vote, and then 91% for Gamer so far. Congrats on the 500 subscribers, another milestone. Thank you very much, Chazza. I'm going to be honest, I think it was Nosey who got that really, because he had a great idea about this YouTube short set, which has really elevated some of the subscribers up as well. What a comeback, Gamer! Saying that was a great comeback there for Gamer, and I think he's also winning driver of the day as well. Let's take a final look at the classification then from the Brazilian Grand Prix. Boxstar won this race then, and it's now lowered the championship points down to about 3-ish points between himself and Troy, who was second today. And both drivers was very much punch for punch. German, great drive to third. Gamer, driver of the day in fourth position. Chaz, a great drive to fifth. And Vezi to sixth as well. Siege and seventh just about made it through to the end. Then Nosey ninth. Mr. Rage in 10th position. Sweet 11th. 12th is Alhan. 13th is Mr. Rage. Retirements Pink Eye, Coop, Indigo, Markey, and Sadly Green didn't start this event then, unfortunately. Who's jumped in the box with me? Hang on, I've got to turn you guys up. Right, so let's quickly go through the interviews then. German, great drive to third today. I think you was very much in no man's land towards the end of that race then, but at the beginning then, you were certainly in that 4-car battle, 5-car as well for a period of it. How difficult was it to keep up with the front runners today though?
I felt like I could keep up, and then it was just my teammate forgot his name now, Pink Eye. He made a little mistake, and I kind of like twitched my wheel, and I just lost it. But yeah, the front guys had good pace, and then I was just, because I had high downforce, I was just stuck behind the midfield, and I couldn't get past. So the rain really helped me.
And talking about the rain as well, then it looked very difficult because half the field, the runners down towards the back end of the field, stayed on the slick tires. Then when you see that safety car come out, you're just like, yeah, I'm coming in for intermediate tires, even though the track didn't seem ready from our point of view.
Yeah, I thought I made the wrong call because I kept asking Jeff, and he kept saying it was dries till like as soon as safety car went in, it started to change over. But yeah, I definitely think it was the right call to come in when safety car came out. It
certainly was, and of course when the rain came down, then you seem to be in no man's land as well. But it's another podium for you this season, and a much stronger season you've had compared to last season. And are you starting to now feel that you're getting to grips with these 2022 machines?
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be there next year, like fighting for it. Because I don't give this game any like time. I just can't be asked. Just can't wait for the next one.
Oh, that's actually fantastic to hear. Then, and then talking about next season as well. Have you started preparations already for next season then, or what are you doing then to start your preparations for a championship bid next season?
Just be getting the new game and putting some time into it. Like the more time you put in, the quicker you are. Like the last game, I was putting so much more time than I am now, so I just need to get the time, and that's all you really can do to be up there.
Really good stuff. Well done today, German. A brilliant podium finish set on what was a very difficult day indeed. I think Troy had popped into the box as well. Troy, you got second today. The championship gap has narrowed down to about 3-ish points, give or take. What are you feeling then after that battle with yourself and Boxstar? Very much blow for blow in the end there.
Yeah, man. I felt good up until that rain started to pour down. My pace was really good in the dry actually, and I felt like I had pretty good control during like the whole like dry stint, to be honest. And then the rain comes down. I first of all make a mistake by spinning under safety car, which is stupid, like coming up this late in the championship and everything. So I knew it would be a tough task to like stick with Boxtel, nevertheless overtake him. I don't know what to make of it, to be honest. I think it's a fair result considering my spin under safety car and also considering my pace under like the wet conditions. But I felt like I'd done a good job in the dries, which could have maybe earned me the victory. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, that was such a shame about the rain coming then. And as I asked about German, then it seemed to be very borderline between the intermediate and slick tires. Then you all went for intermediate tires. Was you just going to match Boxstar when he was in the lead? Then was you just going to do exactly what he was doing, just to keep yourself on the same strategy?
Yeah, like usually, I'm the type of guy that does the different thing, even if it's like looking less likely for being the optimal strategy. I would usually go in for slicks, but man, it's so close, and like I can't afford to make a mistake like that and probably drop maybe even out of the points by making such a move, you know. So I just couldn't afford it. I just had to match him, and if I would have got him, I would have got him better, but if I wouldn't, then it would have been damage limitation like it was today. So yeah, I just had to match him basically. That's how I could do it.
3 races to go then. Portugal's coming up next then. You and Boxer have had an incredible fight throughout the season then. It's coming down to very, very difficult now towards the end of the season then. It sounds like that every decision is going to count. How difficult is it to make the simplest decision now with just 3 races to go?
It's tough, man, because you don't like... You're risking a lot, man, and it's a lot of like dilemmas you have to go through, because one part of you wants to like sometimes hold back into battles and everything, because you can't afford spinning out or whatever and making that like, which would make you cost, or it would cost you more points or whatever. But the other side of you kind of wants to go all out 100% and like go into every battle and try to make every move as quick as possible, because you can't afford to sitting back either, you know. So it's like you need to find a balance somewhere in between. Me and Boxel, we've both been like operating on a different level, to be honest, this season compared to the rest, by like how I feel, together with Percy as well, towards the like mid-season. And it's like it's been a crazy season so far. It's looking like a season where 2 drivers could end up with like a 400 points tally, which is crazy, and that just shows how good we've been so far. And at the moment there's nothing separating us, but I'm gonna try to get it over the line, man.
And I cannot wait to see that. Well done today, Troy. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Fantastic. Well done to Boxer as well, getting his 9th win of the season then. And that is going to be it then for Gold tonight. I hope you've enjoyed that action. The sprint race was fantastic. The main race was even better as well. Brilliant stuff indeed. Enjoy the Miami Grand Prix, because we're out of here. See you then. Goodbye.